Friends, today, soft meditation. So we'll go through the spiritual wisdom, sharing of spiritual wisdom. But today, the wisdom is teachings of Buddha, Buddha teachings. It's powerful teachings. So Buddha is the great monk and enlightened person, the greatest enlightened person on this earth planet, as we all know about Gautama Buddha, isn't it? So friends, so in fact, it's very, very fortunate and we are very, very happy to know about his teachings today and the powerful teachings what he has given to the humanity, especially after his enlightenment. Okay, so before going to knowing about the teachings of Gautama Buddha, what are the important teachings? What are the important methods or important teachings? Before knowing that, first let's try to understand how the enlightenment happened and especially Gautama Buddha, how he became a Buddha. How enlightenment happened. The process of enlightenment, let's understand briefly, then we'll move on to the teachings of Buddha today. So, my dear friends, Buddha, Gautama Buddha, he was his name, original name was Siddhartha, Gautama Siddhartha. So that was the name given by his parents in the childhood, especially. So even the childhood, when he was born, he was shown to the, he used to call some monks and yogis to their house, isn't it? So that's how what happened. So Yasodhara and Suddhodana, these his parents especially. So they are called some monks and some astrologers whenever the child is born. Gautama, Siddhartha is born. So then, so that monk is, he told to the parents, this person either he became a great king in this world, or he will become a great yogi on this world in this world. So you have to take care of him such a way that so either he become this or he become that. Then his parents are also worried, so the next king, like a next prince, who will be the next prince for that kingdom, isn't it? So that is the case. What happens? Definitely, they want to take care of that. He never need to be sent out. You know, if at all he is sent out, then he may see many other things, and then his mind gets diverted, and he may become a different person than he becoming a prince. Basically, their all intention was not to give him any kind of the additional things from the outside, what all happening outside. So he has to be kept always happy and luxurious and then lavishness. All that they were taking care in the palace itself, isn't it? So that's how he has grown up. He has grown up, and that of course he got married also, and he got children. So I mean he has got boy children. So his name was Rahul. So likewise, friends. Then everything was going. So he got married and he was the palace and happy all the time. But somehow on one fine day, he need to go out, right? Along with his Ratha. Ratha means like that the cart will be there. So usually the king will go by cart, isn't it? So his driver, the cart driver, so Ratha Sarathi, his name is Chinna. So he used to, drive the this Ratha, and then he has sat behind that, right? So somehow one fine day or one given day, he had to go out and he went outside. So when he was going outside, the four things he has noticed, only four things. So these four things has led him towards the final, the cut short. He became an enlightened person finally, isn't it? So, but those four things, what are those four situations he has seen in his the at first when he came out of the palace? The first thing is he has seen the sick person. Second is he has seen the dead body, corpse. And third one is he has also seen one holy man, happy man. The fourth one is he has seen the aged person. These are the four things, four things he has seen, and he got disturbed. And then started asking Chinna, hey Chinna, what is this? This person is, he is bent and he is walking. What is this? He said, Swamiji. So, I mean, like a king. So, no, so Raja, it is actually an old man. He became old and is walking, he bent and walking. So will this happen to me also? Yes, it will happen. oh, such a, I have very good body and I will become like that in the end of this life. At the end of this life, yes, you'll become. That's what China answered. Same he asked, so what is that somebody is carrying, all the people are crying and, so one corpse is going. So then he asked about it. Swami, this is called death. Everyone will die on one particular given day. We all will die. Oh, it is like that. So I will also die then. Yes, of course. And the third one is also seen one so-called sick person. Sick person means like he's having some disease and he's suffering, right? So he's also seen that. Definitely, there's also questionable. It became a big question in his mind. So that means his body also undergoes when he's getting age, then it undergoes a lot of diseases. That's what he understood. And fourth one is he has also seen one holy man, like a some monk. He was traveling on the road. He was going on the road and he was happy and laughing, and then the smiley face. Then he was going. So he's also asked, who is this man? He's a monk and he doesn't go with the family, he's sannyasi, all this, he was telling, oh, this kind of people also there, like, So he now with these four instances, friends, earlier he was in the palace, he was only having army, all this sevak and all this thing. Then he was so happy leading his lavish life within the palace, along with his family, wife, children, everything, isn't it? So now, after seeing this, of course, his life design itself was like that. That was his last life, friends. So Gautam Siddhartha that was his last life. In that life, basically, he is destined to become a Buddha, to become a Gautam Buddha. So then that was the last journey on his on this earth planet. Definitely. So that has taken place in his life. So after seeing these four instances, then what he said? Okay, turn the vehicle back. Then he went back to the palace. Then he got into something called introspection, introversion, contemplation. He got into the contemplation, started contemplating what exactly all these things are happening. Then why? Then how do I get answers? I will also become like that. I will also die one fine day. I'll become aged. I'll become sick, isn't it? So, what are these things? How do we understand all these things? Where should I approach? What should I do? This contemplation started. On one fine day, when, he decided to leave the palace in order to search for the truth, right? In order to search for the truth, especially friends. Then on that particular day, in the midnight, he was seeing his wife and he was seeing his son, and then finally he left palace. He left palace without telling anybody. He left palace and then he went on searching. What is that he is searching? What is the truth? What is the first of all you want to understand? So four important things you want to understand basically. So that they are called four noble truths. These are the four noble truths. Of course, these noble truths he got it after the enlightenment. Of course. So anyway, so before going to know about these four noble truths, so let's understand more about his enlightenment, right? His journey of enlightenment. Now, when he went on searching for the enlightenment, and then he went to different gurus, different masters. Somebody is given hatha yoga, somebody is given mantra chanting, somebody is given not to eat any food, isn't it? So what not everything is done about all around 5 years he spent. 5 years he went across so many masters, so many people, keep on practice, nothing happened. No change in him, and no answers for his questions. What are his questions? Like this. So what is the death? How does it take place? How does it take how can I escape? How can I come out of this particular death? How can I become deathless person? So all this, he wanted answers for everything. What is the end for a suffering? What is the cause for suffering? Isn't it? So what is the cause for so-called age, old age? How can we not become not becoming old age? Is it possible? So all his questions, he was keep on asking, inquiring, doing a lot of practices given by many other masters. So all different sect of masters, but ultimately no result. No result. He could not get the required answers. Then what happened? On fine day, he was sitting alone contemplating. In his childhood, he was seeing some different visions. Just, he was a child. And then he was in his dreams and in his visions, there was something, lot of things, a lot of masters coming, going, talking, all that were happening. So that he got reminded. Then he said, okay, let me do one thing, not doing anything, doesn't do anything at all. See, the childhood, without knowing, without knowing anything, I was just silent, and that time itself, I was getting a lot of experiences. How could I, get all those things? Then what it did is just sat silently, and just he was, just go on observing the breath, whatever the breath was happening, he was go on observing, and also he was not eating anything. He stopped eating. He stopped eating, and especially this all happened on the place called Bodh Gaya in Bihar. Okay, now also that particular there's a fig tree. The tree is called fig. So under the tree, entire last episode of his enlightenment happened basically. So what happened, friends? Now, so when he was observing the breath and sat under the fig tree continuously without eating anything, and what happened? Slowly, what happened? After some days, his ribs has come out. His ribs has come out. All the flesh is gone, and now more or less he will die any moment. He has become like that. Then one young girl, Sunita, so she was around. She just saw him and told him very sharply. She told him, so what is that you are doing? Without your physical body healthy, what kind of practice you will do? You will die. Okay, don't do this. So then she has broken his fasting by offering payasam. Okay, some rice and the payasam. So then he ate that. While eating, his disciples around him, some 5 to 6 disciples probably, they observed him, and they thought, okay, this man has broken the fasting, and is going to go out of the so-called sannyasi and all this thing, and he's started eating, so no point in staying with this guy. Okay, then they left, no problem. So he left, they all left, and then what happened after eating? Then the same night, I mean almost in the evening, then the throat night, he started again observing the breath after eating nicely and having some stomach filled and happy, and not to weaken the physical body, so not to destroy the physical body. So he could get some food, and then felt happy, and then started doing meditation throughout the night. Meditation is like observing a breath. That's all what he knows. That's all what he knows. He doesn't want to go for any chanting, any mantra, any kind of austerities, any kind of hatha yoga, this, that, nothing. He forgot everything. He kept everything aside because nothing worked, no, till now. Till that point of time, nothing worked. So then he started only, being with his breath, and then sitting silently. Then he was observing what's happening. Slowly, he has come to one, first, maybe at 10 to 12. That's the first one particular time we call it as. Then what happened? He got into the deep meditation state. Then his third eye activation happened. Then the moment the third eye activation happened, all his past lives and the past lives of all surrounding animals, all this, he's seeing everything like a big picture, 70 screen. No, he was seeing everything on the screen. Then he understood, oh, this is the thing, right? No, in the past life, I was this, I was that. In the 100 life back, I was like this. In the 10 lives back, I was like this. All his past life, all 200 past lives, continuously, like in the picture, like, continuous moving screen. You've seen everything. Then the next almost 2 3 hours. After that, next 2 3 hours, you could get something, concept you got, law of karma. Like, what karmas we do, what kind of results one has to go through. So this karma theory has got in his own the vision, basically in the experience of meditation. So it has happened again, right? So that's also happened. Then what happened is the next after that, the early morning, till the early morning he was continuing, right? So the early morning, what he got is the another experience, the third experience, what he got is what is his future action plan, what he's supposed to do next, right? All the future action plan is completely reflected to him. Then he started following that. So then he has come out of the meditation. So moment he come out of the meditation, because his third eye got open, right? Then he sat and saw where are his friends? Where are all these friends, right? So then these friends have left already. Then they reached something called Saranath near UP, near Varanasi. They already reached there. He found them there. Through his third eye, he found them there. Then he started walking. First and foremost, I want to teach these disciples what they were with him, right? Then he went there. He went by walking, reached, there is a deer park that's called Sarnath Deer Park. So there, so his first sermon, the first and foremost sermon, that means speech, his first speech happened in that the so-called Deer Park, Sarnath, near Varanasi. That has happened to the disciples, basically for only his disciples. So that point of time, friends, that is called first sermon, the first sermon. In that first sermon, what happened is he has devised four noble truths for every human life. For every human life, four noble truths, especially. So the first noble truth is what is the suffering? What is the truth of suffering? Then second one is what is the cause for this suffering? The third one is, so what is the way out for suffering? Isn't it? Right? What is the way out for suffering? And then the fourth one is what are what are the steps available to end the suffering? So these are the four noble truths, friends. Okay. So hope you understood. The first one is what is the suffering? And second one is what is the cause for suffering? So third one is what is the way out for suffering? The fourth one is what are the steps? What are the 8 steps? Especially 8 steps or eightfold path for the end of the suffering to be practiced by every person on this earth planet. So that particular eightfold path also told at the same, the same ceremony or same speech. So he tried to, that is the eightfold path. It's called Buddha Astanga Marga. Buddha Astanga Marga. That's what he taught to the entire humanity, friends. That's a wonderful truth. The wonderful, so-called wonderful noble path. That's called eightfold path. Okay, it's called Buddha Astanga Yoga. Buddha Astanga Marga. So let's understand now these Buddha Astanga Marga or eightfold path. So in order to every human being to end his suffering, at the same time to get enlightened, to get enlightenment in his same life, in the same life, you want to get enlightened, what you need to do? You must follow. You must, all your habits and actions and deeds, all these things must be in accordance with this eightfold path, my dear friends. So what are these eightfold path? What are these 8 steps? So the first and foremost eightfold, the out of eightfold path, the first one is Samma Ditti, Samma Ditti, Samma Ditti. That means right understanding. Samma Ditti. That's the first one, first step in the eightfold path. Samma Ditti, right understanding. So what is right understanding? Everything, whatever you see, right? The right way of understanding every a problem, solution, or the situation, or any other thing, whatever it comes across you, you must have the right way of understanding everything, right? Otherwise, the misunderstanding starts. So you'll not be able to observe the truth. You lose the truth, my friends. When you lose the truth, what happens? You get you get misplaced, or you will be misguided. Then you will end up in suffering. The suffering starts. Okay. Why this eightfold path? In order to end the suffering. These are the eightfold step. 8 steps are given by Gautama Buddha. Right after he became a Buddha, he was Gautama Siddhartha. He became a Buddha after the enlightenment. So Gautama Buddha has given this eightfold path in order to end the suffering in everybody, in every human life, basically, friends. Okay, and also get enlightenment. Now, this is the right understanding. Sammaditto. Next, the other one is Samma Sankappo. Samma Sankappo. So that is actually right thought, right intentions. So what are our thoughts? Our thought must be great, miraculous, positive, should not have the negative thoughts. Otherwise, what happens? Like attracts like. If you have negative thought, you will get negative result. If you have positive thought, you will get the positive result in your life. If you don't make any, if you don't make positive or miraculous thought, if you always start making the negative thoughts, what happens? You will attract the negative situations in your life. Negative results will come. Then that cause for a suffering. That is why to end the suffering, you must have the right thoughts, right intention. That is called Samma Sankappo, right? So friends, the other one is the right speech. Samma Vacha. Samma Vacha. That is third step out of 8 steps. Okay. What is Samma Vacha? Right speech. That means whatever you speak, that must be truth. That must be truth. If you don't have truth, no need to speak. Just shut down your mouth. Okay, keep in mauna. Be in mauna if you don't have anything to talk. Unnecessarily, unwantedly, unrequiredly, if you're talking something that may leads to some suffering, that may lead to hurting others, that may lead for a damage, that may lead for a destruction, isn't it? So that is why we need to speak whenever required. You need to open the mouth whenever there is a requirement. If there is a truth to be conveyed to other person, if there is a truth which to be understood by other people, in order to make other, in order to help others, in order to convey what you are exactly feeling inside. So that point of time only open your mouth and speak. That's called right speech. Samma vacha. Okay, friends. Now the fourth one, the right action is called samma kamanta. Samma kamanto. That is right action. What is the right action? That means your karmas, whatever you do, right? Non-killing, non-stealing, right? Non-stealing, non-stealing, non-killing, non-possessiveness, all this, right actions. Right action is good karmas. Always do the good karmas, never do the bad karma. If you do the bad karma, what happen? The all as per the law of karma, you have to suffer with the bad karma or negative karma. That is why every time you must remember there is a law of karma operating. Well, that's called karma siddhanta. As per karma siddhanta, if you do good activities or good deeds, you'll get a good results. If you do bad karma or bad activities, then you'll get the bad results, obviously. Then you have to suffer. That causes for the suffering. So that is why this is one of the cause for suffering. So be aware of the what action you are performing and what level you are, what kind of action you are performing and what way you're operating. All this, it's very, very essential, friends. So the right actions leads to right results and so right way of life and also no question of suffering in that life. So friends, the other fifth step is right livelihood. It's called Samma Jivo. Samma Jivo is called, what is that? Right livelihood. Friends, whatever livelihood, however you want to earn, how do you need to earn? You need to earn in the peaceful way, legal way, ethical way. All that should be done without without having this ethics and the legal way of earning and legal way of earning the livelihood. That is not correct. So you must lead your life for the sake of livelihood. You must lead ethical life, the legal way of earning, and then making sure that you are leading the life in a so properly without without going through any kind of a wrong practices. So that is called right kind of livelihood, right livelihood. That's called Samma Jivo. Friends, sixth one is right effort. Right effort, which called Samma Vayama. Samma Vayama. Right effort. You got to put right effort. If you don't put right effort, put wrong effort, what happens? It leads to wrong results. So our efforts must be sincere, serious, and to the required level. And all the time, we must be so aware of what kind of efforts we are doing. What are the necessary efforts? Are we putting it or not? So every time we need to self-check. We need to self-check and take care of your efforts, right? In order to suppose, let's say, you want to become a good musician, you want to become a great painter or a poet. What to be done? You have to put right. You got to put the right kind of effort for that. Started going to the a good master. Started serve him, and slowly you run from the basics. So from the basics till the point of becoming expert, you have to be so obedient, so polite, and then keep learning all the things. Keep doing a lot of practice, more and more practice, and put high concentration, higher memory power. You must have it. Then slowly what happened? You become also an expert. You also become a noble person in that particular passion or profession. So that's how the right effort leads to the right position and the right kind of the position in the life, in your own life, you will achieve, my dear friends, with the right effort. Then seventh one, friends, right mindfulness. Right mindfulness, that is called Samma Sati. What is that? Samma Sati. So that is Samma Sati is a right mindfulness. What is right mindfulness? Friends, whatever you are eating, you should be mindful. Whatever you are talking, you should be mindful. Whatever, if you are walking, mindful. If you are cooking, mindful. Everywhere your mindfulness must start working. It must be always operate you. Never forget this mindfulness. That's again in the other way we call it as a awareness. So need to have the awareness on whatever the task is at your hand. At your hand, whatever the task is there, you must be so aware of it, so mindful of it. Then what will happen? It leads to the greater results, and also it will lead to the happy life and joyful life, my dear friends. So that's what you need to understand. At the same time, the kind of a mindfulness on your breath, that is called meditation. The mindfulness on the breath, that's called meditation. You must do a lot of meditation. That means the right kind of mindfulness. Right mindfulness, nothing but equal to meditation. So the meditation must be right meditation, anapanasati meditation. That's what is taught here. Part of this so-called right mindfulness, Buddha has taught anapanasati meditation is the best method to achieve the right mindfulness. So that is what this same meditation practice we practice every day. So this is the same technique we have been practicing. Part of our PSSM, we are teaching the whole humankind, the whole humanity, the same thing, anapanasati meditation, which was taught a part of the seventh step, the right mindfulness. Gautama Buddha has taught about anapanasati meditation. Please follow that, my dear friends. Okay. So when you do the right kind of meditation, if you practice, friends, then what will happen? The deep meditation, you will reach to the deep meditation level, and then slowly your third eye gets activated. Your third eye gets activated. You get astral travel. You get your subconscious mind gets open. Subconscious mind gets activated. It come out of the dormant condition. So all this will happen. Then all the past life you can see what are the past life you have gone through. So you can understand your own past lives, isn't it? So and you also understand the mysteries of this universe and the creation. So you'll be able to understand what is there in you, what is there in others people, all other life beings, what all going on around you. You can have the crystal clear, such a kind of clarity you will get it, friends. You get a great clarity about every small to the biggest aspects in this universe, my dear friends. So with this, what happened? So then what you need to do is the last and the final step. The eighth step is right concentration, which is also called Samma Samadhi. What is that? Samma Samadhi is the eighth step. That means the deeper meditation, what you are continuing. So the seventh step is right meditation. So the same right meditation, anapanasati meditation, if you keep continuing, what happens? Slowly, finally, you will enter into something called Samadhi. Friends, once you enter into Samadhi sthiti, that is a last step in the even Patanjali Astanga Yoga also we learned, isn't it? What is that? Samadhi sthiti is the end. So what is Samadhi sthiti? Samadhana sthiti. That means you got answers for all your questions in your life. That is called the end of the end of the life journey on this earth planet. Once you reach the Samadhi sthiti, wherein you got answers to all your questions, unanswered questions, and you are keep on searching anything. So every question is answered in this particular stage. That is called Samadhi sthiti. Once every human being reaches to Samadhi sthiti, my dear friends. So that is the end of his life journey, his soul journey on the earth planet or in any other planet in the universe. It means that will be the last life. Once you achieve the Samadhi sthiti, then that is the last life. So you'll be, you are spending on the earth planet. After this, no birth is required. No more to come back to the earth planet because you have finished your task. You have finished all your lessons on this earth planet. You got samadhi and you understood the mystery of the creation. Friends, ultimately, the aim of our Almighty or our so-called God or a Purnatma, what is the aim of them? Every soul which is just born from them, which is created by the Purnatma. So the Purnatma wanted that soul to grow or to evolve through all the stages of soul. That's what we discussed about seven stages of soul, isn't it? So it has to take hundreds of births and doing mistakes, learning out of mistakes, and correcting it, and growing, right? So likewise, what happened? The soul need to grow throughout all the stages by committing various mistakes, by learning various things. Ultimately, it become enriched in its qualities, and finally, so when it got enlightened, so through is the great amount of meditation, he got enlightened. Then that point of time you'll understand what is the reality and what is the mystery behind this cosmos. and how this cosmos is created, who is creating, and who is the creator, and what am I, and what is all around me. When you understood all these things, friends, then your game is over. That means you have achieved the game, you won the game. Now you won the game, you finished it, then you can go back. You can go back, join the creatorhood, join the post of creator. Then you start doing whatever you wanted. If at all you want to come back to the earth planet, you may come back here in order to teach and educate and enlighten all these so-called the mediocre souls, all the mediocre souls who are living and leading under depression, repression, all this. So they may come here and they may come sometimes in order to establish dharma also. So if at all any adharma is going on, too much adharma is going on, like Mahabharata also, same like Sri Krishna came and stand beside the Pandavas and the Kauravas. They're all so very evil people, right? So in order to protect the Rajya from the Kauravas, then what happened? He came and established Dharma. So Dharma Samsthapanaya. So then Dharma Samsthapana. So for the Dharma Samsthapana, they will come and play the role, then depart, friends. So this is what the Buddha teaching, my dear friends. The Buddha teaching of first four noble notes, four noble truths. That's the number one. And second one is eightfold path, Buddha Astanga Marga. My dear friends, with this we are just we are closing the spiritual wisdom today. So thank you, friends.